Alright, fellas. Just had Burger King, so if I sound a little, bloated at the moment, that's why. Because I'm all, because I just ate a fucking double Whopper. Near the end of my Whopper, we got a new video from Decino. Another analysis video. I've been so excited for this. I was wondering when we were gonna get another one. Or what it could even be at this point. Here's the thing. There's only so many things I think you could talk about with Doom, so we're now to the point that everything is a surprise. And this is one I've actually been wondering about. Oversight causes projectiles to go poof. So, I didn't look at the video length. I only just now saw that this is 8 minutes, so I'm going to try to really stretch these 8 minutes. Also, shout out to Coincident. That's whose videos these are right now. I know this. This has happened a lot. There's actually a map in Cyber Dreams, map 32, that relies on this. Because you're locked in a cage with a cyber demon that's stomping around you, trying to shoot you. And the walls of the cage are, like, blocking the rockets. They're, like, making them disappear. But there are still certain angles that the cyber demon can shoot you from that the rockets will hit you anyway. So, I'm wondering why this happens, because I've seen this happen outside of that as well, but that's the most prominent example for me. Let's begin. Take it away, Decino.
Some weeks...
Could I get this in, like, HD? Yeah, there we go. Give me the 4K. Give me the 4K experience, brother.
Some weeks ago, Doom YouTuber Coincidence uploaded a short clip where he tried to blow himself up by launching rockets into a nearby wall. But I don't think he expected this to happen.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember seeing this.
So the first two rockets magically went poof, but the third one did collide. Why did the third rocket explode and the first two didn't? Did they somehow clip through the wall? It has also happened to me a couple of times, like here during her review 2's map 19.
Yeah, there they go.
Saturn X episode 1's map 31. This isn't only limited to rockets, this can happen to any type of projectile.
That's cursed.
Here in Plutonium 2 map 2, this Revenant missile vanished into the wall. Did you see that? The Revenant missile disappeared. Should analyze it.
I did.
If you've seen the video about no-clipping Mancubus fireballs, you know that the rocket's collision box is too big to pass through walls. But they're definitely not no-clipping.
Okay.
Something in the code is telling the projectile to disappear without exploding. When are projectiles ever meant to disappear without exploding anyway? If you've played Doom long enough, you know that shooting projectiles into the sky causes them to go poof. Well, sky walls only. In the rare occasion that the projectile flies up and hits the sky ceiling, it will still explode. I guess its software didn't take into account that auto-aim can cause projectiles to fly upwards? I don't know. So what do sky walls have to do with projectiles disappearing into walls? These walls are clearly solid with no sky texture applied. Let's take a look how exactly Doom skies work.
It's
really
probably... Easy. Let me see if I can guess this. It's probably, it's, like, only on the outer walls? Okay, so actually, I wonder... Well, no, because he said they can't no-clip through walls, because rockets are too big. I was thinking they're, like, no-clipping out of the wall, and they're hitting the skybox, so they're despawning. But if they can't clip through the wall, they can't reasonably do that. My guess is that this can only happen with walls that are on the absolute, like, the most outside walls of the map that would otherwise hit the sky. Maybe they're, like, slightly clipping out, enough for it to hit, considered hitting the sky, so that it just despawns. I don't know. Let's see.
All you need to do is set the ceiling texture to F-Sky1. This texture is hard-coded in the engine to display the sky effect whenever applied to floors or ceilings.
Looks like cookie dough.
What about sky walls? Do you apply the sky texture there too?
No.
Nope, rookie mistake. It gets a bit more complicated than that. In Doom, a wall is a line. With a wall like this, you can set a middle texture. A line can also border two sectors. Depending on the neighboring sector's height, you can also set a lower and upper wall texture.
I know nothing about mapping, by the way. I suck at it.
A line like this also holds data that points to the front sector and the back sector. In most map editors, the front side is indicated through a tiny line like here. The map maker can decide which side is the front or the back.
Yep.
Doom is coded so when two sectors have different ceiling heights, the upper wall will be rendered as the sky if both sectors have a sky ceiling. Even if the upper wall has a texture, it will still be rendered as the sky. This is referred as a sky hack in the code. This function handles the X and Y movement of entities. Keep in mind that Z is used for the height in Doom, but the vertical trajectory is handled elsewhere. Here it checks if it cannot move anymore, implying it collided with something. Yes, we are a missile.
Okay.
And now we see a special condition here. Hack to prevent missiles exploding against the sky. The condition checks the line it collided with and checks if the sector behind the line has a sky texture. If it does, remove the entity.
Oh!
Interestingly enough, the sector in front of the line doesn't need to have a sky ceiling, so if you mess up which way the line points to the back sector, the projectile will disappear into a wall that isn't rendered as the sky. The oversight here is that
So if the back texture is a sky, it can explode. Hold on, let me see that again.
the condition checks the line it collided with and checks if the sector behind the line has a sky texture. If it does, remove the entity. Interestingly enough, the sector in front of the line doesn't need to have a sky ceiling, so if you mess up which way the line points to the back sector, the projectile will disappear into a wall.
It only checks what's behind it. If behind it is a sky, then it can take the projectile out. Interesting.
The sky. The oversight here is that it doesn't check if it hits an upper wall or a lower wall. So shooting the lower wall, that is clearly not the sky, causes projectiles to vanish. Let's go through the examples we showed at the beginning of the video. In High Review 2's map 19, the line here has a sky ceiling as its back sector. As explained earlier, it doesn't matter if the front one is not a sky. In Back to Standard X map 31, the same thing is happening. The line's back sector has a sky ceiling. And here in Plutonium 2 map 2, we once again got this line's back sector containing a sky ceiling. As for coincidence footage, the place where he shot the missiles has a line between two sectors that both differ in height.
Damn, dude.
But hold on a second, Pumpkin Man. Why did the third rocket explode? Why didn't the game apply the sky hack logic?
That's where I'm getting confused, is because, yeah, why does it sometimes work, sometimes not?
To answer that question, we must take
Pumpkin Man!
a look at how entities move around. For each tick, the game attempts to move an entity to its new position. If this fails, the movement is denied and collision will be handled. The game uses the entity's origin to determine in which sector the collision will occur. If the origin is here, the game assumes the projectile can collide with an upper wall. Otherwise, the game assumes it collided above the ceiling somewhere. The skyhack check is skipped later on, because the ceiling line variable is never set. So, in the end, it's all about the distance the projectile was shot from. Sometimes the collision occurs when the origin is inside the wall, and other times outside.
So I was kind of right, I think. It depends on where the origin collides with the wall, either on one side or the other, for it to disappear or blow up.
This is why projectiles can still explode when shot into the skywall. There is another instance where projectiles will ignore the skyhack. Whenever a projectile spawns in Doom, it first checks if the projectile has room to spawn before the movement code is handled. If there is no space, it will immediately explode. This spawn collision code doesn't handle skies. Is there any way to fix these bugs? You can tweak the
I'm telling you, man, the rule of two is the joke is always funny when you use it twice in a row.
code to ensure lower walls do not devour missiles by adding a check that the back sector sky ceiling
Okay, I'm sorry, I was laughing. Can you say that again?
immediately explode. This spawn collision code doesn't handle skies. Is there any way...
God damn it. I don't know why that got me so hard.
to fix these bugs? You can tweak the code to ensure lower walls do not devour missiles by adding a check that the back sector sky ceiling must be lower than the projectile's Z value.
Ah. That would fix it, wouldn't it?
As for the origin check, I don't think there's an easy fix for this. Maybe check the collision box instead of the origin and see if it made contact with the skywall? As a mapper, you can also sort of prevent this from happening. If you've got two sectors and only one of them is using a sky ceiling, make sure the line's back sector is not the one with the sky.
Flip the switch. Flip the light switch.
And that's all for this analysis video. Thank you all for watching, hope you learned something new.
In the dank, is that what that said?
And that's all for this analysis video. Thank you all for watching, hope you learned something new. I'd like to acknowledge my lovely page.
I was jamming at the song. Man. Alright, well... Fascinating. So, okay, so then I'm calling myself back to... Here, let me kinda... Okay, OBS crashed. I still have that recording, I'm gonna get that set up later, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to pull up that example, actually, I was talking about. I gotta pull this up real quick. Okay, let me clip to that bit. It's right up here. Yeah, so it's this bit right here. You gotta, like... So it's like you have him kill the Keens. You have to have him kill the Keens because you're not supposed to have weapons here. I don't know why I'm SSJing. I can just rock it. Yeah, so you have him kill the Keens. That opens this. You flip this switch. And then you go in here, and these shut. And then he walks his ass over here, and this happens, right? Oh, I figured it out! I figured out why that keeps happening. It's only if there's no room for it to spawn. Okay, hold on. Let me do that again. Hold on a minute. That wasn't supposed to happen. Well, you get the point anyway. Yeah, wow, holy shit. Glad to know that that's what that means. I was wondering about that. I guess they sometimes explode if he is too close to the cage. The rocket will go through, or just explode on the wall and kill you. Interesting. Alright, well that's the reaction video. Alright. Good video, Decino. Peace, boys.